Today is the day that we read the Percy Jackson series. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Okay. This is a lot of books. I actually bought a lot of books recently, but it's not about that. It's not about the rest of these books. So, I'm like so out of breath from these stairs. Okay, this week we are gonna be reading the Percy Jackson series for the first time. I'm super excited. It's not a true first-hand experience, a first-hand run-through of this series for me, just because I did read the first 3 books of the series, but I haven't read the 4th and the 5th book. So it's still for the first time. And also too, I don't really remember much that happened in the 2nd and 3rd book. Like, I remember a good amount of the 1st book just because I read that like such a long time ago, maybe a few years ago, before I got into booktube, and that's when my attention span wasn't like 2 seconds. But it's still the first time for me to complete the series, you know? Like, I don't know what happens in the end or anything like that. I did not get the last book, just because I don't know if it connects to the series, but if it does, I will buy it. So it's not a big deal if it is, but this was already in a set, this was on sale, so I thought this was the perfect opportunity for me to get into this series, especially since the show is coming out on Disney Plus next week, I believe, on the 20th, I think. I don't know. It's next week for me. I don't know when I'm releasing this video, but I am trying to read it before then just because I really want to know if they follow it more accurately than they do for the movies, because I only saw the first movie with Logan Lerman and Alexandria Daddario, and we don't talk about that movie. I'm not even like deep in the fandom, but I know we don't talk about that movie because that movie was something else. I gotta tell you, that movie is something else. I don't know where they got half those facts. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Maybe in Pandora's box, but I'm super excited for the series. It looks pretty accurate to the first book from what I remember, so that's super exciting. I always love when the adaptation is true to the essence of the book. Of course, we can't have a true one-to-one adaptation, and I don't really think that you should. Some things are better left in the book, and some things are better left in a media format, like TV shows and movies and all that stuff. That's why I personally am not mad when a book adaptation is a one-to-one, as long as the essence is there. Like, as long as we got the crucial moments and you bring these crucial moments to life, the essence is still there. But either way, I am super excited. So, is that why it's on sale? There's like a massive rip. Well, that's sad. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this box that they're in right now. There's a lot of books. Oh, it comes with a poster. Wait. Say psych right now. This is the poster. This dinky ass poster. I mean, I'm not complaining, but I just think it's so funny because the way they said it on the side was that includes a bonus poster of art by John Rocco, and I thought it was gonna be a bigger poster. I'm pretty sure there's books out there that have bigger posters than this, but whatever. It is what it is. I guess I won't display it in this box, but that's kind of sad. No wonder it was on sale. So yeah, we are gonna be reading all of the we are going to be reading these books for this week. I think all of them are middle grade, so it shouldn't take too long for us, and by us, I mean me, for me to get through. I don't think it'll take that long. Oh, it's not floppy. Oh my god, these are not floppy. Whatever. We're still gonna read them. I'm super excited for this adaptation. I'm super excited to get into this world. I don't know if it's a good thing for me to get into this world because I don't know if this is gonna be another layer of hyperfixation for me. I am already very deep into Hunger Games right now, and I don't know if I have the brain capacity to do both, because then that means I would be ignoring other things, which is not so great. I'm super excited regardless to get into it. I think Libby has some of the audiobooks available. I don't think like the first few, just because I'm sure everybody and their moms is trying to read this before the series comes out, but I am planning on annotating it up, writing down some notes, and just going from there. I'm super excited. I'm like so excited actually. So I'm gonna make this a reading vlog. It's gonna be super chill. I wish I had my new camera that is on the way here. It's supposed to come on Tuesday, but maybe if I don't finish it by then, you'll see the camera. I don't have too many things going on this weekend. I do have a self-tape that I have to do today. I have to finish out some like admin stuff, and I also have to edit. I love how I said I don't have a lot going on, but then proceeds to list out a bunch of stuff that I have to do. Anyways, I do have a lot of things I have to do, but I am going to read this tonight. That's for sure. That's the goal at least. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted. I don't know if you guys have formally met my girl, my daughter, Frenchie. This is Frenchie, guys. She is a great tabby. She is 3 years old recently. I feel like this is like a dating show. She has very soft skin. The vet recently told her that she has bunny fur, which she does. She has very soft fur. Don't let this cute face fool you. She is very sassy. She has demons at night that keeps me up so late sometimes, but it's okay. She's a cutie. So I actually just realized that there's so many series with Rick Riordan that I'm like confused now. So the books I have are the Percy Jackson and the Olympians series. So the first one is Lightning Thief. Then we have the Sea of Monsters, and then we also have the Titan's Curse, and then the Battle of Labyrinth, and the Last Olympian, right? This is the classic series that people think of when they think of Percy Jackson. But then I know a new book came up, so that's why I want to go check and see if this is a part of this series. And I don't think it is, if I'm mistaken. But it's under the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series on Goodreads, so maybe it is. But I'm a little bit confused. So like the 6th book is called The Chalice of the Gods. That was published this year. And then there's another book after that that's set to come out in 2024. And it's the 7th installment in the so it's the 7th installment in the Percy Jackson and the Olympian series, following the adventures of the Chalice of the Gods. So book 6 is a part of this series, so I guess I do have to pick that up. And then he's gonna have a 7th book in this series, which crazy because I thought Rick would stop after the 5th book, but I guess not. It was 2009 that he made the 5th book, and now he just released the 6th book. Is he not a high schooler by the end of the 5th book? So I guess if he's not a high schooler by book 5, then that means it's like a large time jump to book 6. See, I'm confused. I think that's what it is, but I'm confused. So on the side, it has like the different chronicles, like a related series. So there's like the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles, which I'm assuming are these. I think this is where I got confused. These are the Camp Half-Blood Chronicles. And then I guess the Chalice, the Chalice of the Gods is outside of that? I don't know. But then there's the Heroes of Olympus series, and then the Kane Chronicles, which I'm assuming is not following Percy at all because it's called the Kane Chronicles. And then the Trials of Apollo, which I'm also assuming that is not following Percy either. But I thought maybe the Heroes of Olympus would then be, you know, a part of the series. So then I looked into that, and then the first book is Jason Has a Problem. Like, who is Jason? Jason, Pipper, Leo, like, who are these people? And then the second book is Percy is confused. Hazel is supposed to be dead. Frank is a klutz. Like, should I be reading this series too? Like, I'm so confused. Let me know if I should also be reading some of these other series. Like, maybe after I read the 5 here, I'll want to read the rest to be fully immersed into this world, but I have no idea. I'm so confused. So let me know if I should be reading any other series to complete this whole Percy Jackson situation. But for now, for this video, I'm only going to be reading these 5 to 6 books. Yeah, I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know about that because your girl is confused. But we're gonna read The Lightning Thief. We're gonna start off. Thankfully, I have this on my Kindle. I'm so grateful I have this on my Kindle. I actually bought it on my Kindle, so I can just do that. I just hate how, like, not floppy it is. It's, like, not ideal for this reading experience, but it is what it is. I have to, like, figure out a way to, like, make it a little bit more floppy and enjoyable, but I don't want to crack the spine. So I guess we'll figure that out. But yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna read later. I have to get some stuff done. 5 chapters? Yeah, I'm on chapter 5 now. I always knew Percy was a very sassy boy, but I forgot how sassy he was, and he is actually so funny, and I just love this book so much. It's a very beloved series, so I really wouldn't be surprised if I didn't fall in love with the entire series and got into a hyperfixation, but who knows? And I'm also surprised at myself for not reading this series anytime sooner. This came out when I was a kid, I think. I might have also been in my deep Twilight phase, so that might have also been why, but I don't know. I really like this book so far. I've already read it, so we're not surprised here, but I did want to go over my annotation tab since I don't know if you can see it, but I've annotated a decent amount in just 5 chapters. So I wanted to annotate it with some intention this time around, not just like annotate because I like the quotes, which there is a tab for that. But I did want to go over the tabs with you guys and my tabbing system for this particular book. So far I've only used the orange, yellow, this light pink, this dark blue, and then green. Yeah, green, and then this lighter blue. Those are the ones I've used so far, I think. So I want to go over that. So I have pink, the light pink, for moments that I really love and moments that are super, super, super cute. The dark blue is for moments that are foreshadowing, or I think that is gonna foreshadow something in the future. So since I've already read this book, I already know a couple things that are foreshadowed in the future. So like, for example, with Gabe's Camaro, I tabbed the part where Gabe says bring it back unscratched, and I know that his car does get damaged in like one of the following scenes or like a future scene, so that's why I tabbed it with this dark blue. But as I get into books that I either don't remember or that I haven't read at all, I will be making foreshadow predictions with this, and we'll see. And I think it'll be interesting going back and rereading the copies that I annotate and tab and seeing how accurate I am with that. So yeah, this light blue, I don't know if you can see it. And that is for sad moments, very straightforward. And I also have green. So the green one is for quotes that I like. So a lot of them have been Percy's very sassy quotes. So that is green. And then yellow is important information or information that I should know. So like a lot of the stuff about the camp and like the lore behind this whole world that they're set in, as well as Greek mythology that they're explaining that is important to the plot. And use any other tab. I don't really see the need to do that unless maybe the red one, if there's anything that makes me mad about the story or anything like that. So we'll see how it goes. If I change anything like that, I will keep you guys updated. But yeah, so far so good. The thing that really bothers me about this book, and it's literally nothing to do with the plot but the actual physical book, is that it's so annoying to read because it's like very resistant. So I might have to crack the spine, like actually, in order for it to be functional, which is kind of unfortunate. Oh my god, it's already like scratched at the corner. That's kind of annoying. I think I'm gonna update you guys later when I finish this book, maybe, just because this book is going by so fast, and then just move on to the second one. And then the second one, I don't really remember what really happens. I like kind of remember it. Like I remember we get introduced to Percy's brother, like Titan brother, I think, in the second one. So like I kind of remember bits and pieces of it, but like not really. So I think that'll be interesting reading back into it and seeing how much I actually remember the second and third book, because even the third book, literally no clue, no idea. It has escaped my brain completely. So there is that. We'll see how it goes. I gave in, and luckily Libby had most of the Percy Jackson books available. I already owned the first one. Like, I bought it myself back when I was reading it, and that was the only one that was on a hold. So I lucked out. I borrowed the rest of the 4 on Libby because they were available, and now I will read them on my Kindle instead of physically reading them, only because the physical books are so annoying to read from. So yeah, we're moving to the Kindle after I read the first one. I'm almost done the first book. I think I only have like 100 more pages to go. It's exactly as I remember. Percy is a sassy boy. A lot of things are happening, a lot of setup. I have a lot of tabs, and I'm super excited to get into the second book, honestly. I just want to update you guys and let you guys know that I finished the first Percy Jackson last night. I annotated the shit out of it, but I'm not going to read the rest of the series on a physical book. Those books are not meant for reading. Like, that's not what it feels like. It's not floppy at all. So it's not very enjoyable for me to read on those paperbacks. My hair. Oh, I don't know about you guys, but the back near my neck, it always tangles. Like, my hair always tangles there. It's so annoying. Anyways, I'm not feeling well today. I'm pretty sure I'm sick. And I think I have been sick for the past few days, which sucks because I was gonna film a bunch of videos today, so I don't have to worry about that next week and I could just focus on editing. But I don't feel well. So I think this is the perfect time for me to just read today and just do like the bare minimum of things that I have to do. So I had my coffee, I had my Kindle, and I'm on the second book now. So I think that's what I'll do. I'm hoping to knock out at least the second and third book today. I don't really know though, because sometimes I underestimate how long it's gonna actually take for me to complete some of these tasks. So who really knows how much I'm gonna read today, but I'm aiming for 2 and 3, books 2 and 3. The second book is shorter, so I think that already is helping my case. And the third book, I think it's short. I don't really know, but yeah, so we're on book number 2. I don't know if you can see that, but we're on book number 2. So far, so good. Literally, I think I'm on the second chapter, so not a lot has happened. I'm like kind of remembering the stuff as I read it though, but I'm kind of not, so we'll see. I'm gonna make myself some soup though, I think, before I read anything else. My head is killing me. I'm super congested still. What? I'm super congested and I'm tired. And I don't know if it's because like I have a bad sleep schedule or just because I'm sick and my body is telling me to stop doing the most. I don't really know, but we'll figure it out, I think, right? Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll keep you guys posted though, so I will talk to you later whenever I read more. I don't know about you guys, but my cat is always stealing my chair whenever I am trying to work or anything. But she's cute, so can't be mad at her or anything. Hopefully in post I can fix this lighting. If not, this is very unfortunate. I finished the second book, The Sea of Monsters, I think it's called. It was a pretty short read, but I got really distracted. I had to do a bunch of like household errands, like cleaning the litter, taking out the trash, all that stuff. So I got distracted, and I also was editing another video because I'm not feeling well. So I was trying to not film as many things, especially like reaction videos, just because I know it won't be the same because I'm not feeling well. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes any sense, but I just like to be kind of like on it when I'm doing reactions, just because I've seen the difference when I'm not on it and I'm like, I don't like those videos. Anyway, side tangent, doesn't really matter. Either way, I finished the second book. I looked back on Goodreads and I originally gave it a 3 out of 5 stars, which I'm like, that's crazy. I wonder what happened during that time for me to feel that way about this book, because I think it's more like a 4 out of 5 star because it was pretty good. I mean, it wasn't perfect, but no book is truly perfect in my opinion. It was really good. Oh, this is tough because I know that not everybody has read this book, so I don't want to spoil it too much, but I feel like if you haven't read the book so far, like if you haven't read this book at all, then I feel like you wouldn't really be watching this, you know? Maybe? I'm gonna talk about non-spoiler points first, and then you can skip ahead to this part for my more spoiler thoughts about book 2, just because I don't know if like anybody has not read the books, but if you haven't, I don't want to ruin that experience for you if you don't want spoilers. But my non-spoiler thoughts on the second book was really good. I really liked it. We got to meet a few new characters as well as be reintroduced to old characters, so some of them have come back in the second book, which is really nice, and a lot has been unveiled throughout the second book, which is cool to see because like you don't want it to be like a stagnant sort of situation where you just like are slowly moving through it, especially since it is a middle grade series and you know you want to be able to tell that story in a dynamic way, especially since it's about Greek gods and stuff. So to incorporate all of that and everything that's going on, I think Rick did a really good job with that, with pacing, storytelling, and just keeping it super interesting. So I really appreciate that as well. I think overall this book covered a lot of ground and it makes you super excited for the future books to come in this series, which is really good. That's like a really big thing that you want to do within a series, just so you're always on your toes and looking forward to the next thing to move the story forward and all that stuff. I can understand if people got annoyed by this, but as someone who, especially for people who are just picking it back up and they aren't like necessarily reading it back to back like I am, it's nice to have the reminders that Rick puts in throughout the book. Like he keeps reminding us throughout the book what happened in the first book and how it connects to the moment that he's talking about in the second book. And I'm assuming he's probably gonna do that in the third, fourth, and fifth book. But it's nice to see that happening just because even though I finished the first book yesterday, I don't know, like it's nice to have that refresher and to be like, oh yeah, that is what it is. Oh yeah, that is how it connects to X, Y, and Z. That's really nice, and I think I took that for granted when I read the second book for the first time because obviously it wasn't clicking and that's why I didn't really enjoy it as much the first time that I read it. But second time around, I really enjoyed it. I am in a much better place now to be receiving these stories, and I think that's the thing about reading books sometimes is that a book may not necessarily be a bad book. You just might not be in the right headspace to read that book or in the right period of your life to really enjoy a book at any given moment in time. So I think that was the case for this book. I think I just was in a period of time where I was just never gonna enjoy it to the full extent that I do right now. So I'm super excited. It's getting me into the spirit of the whole Percy Jackson universe and just looking forward to the show as it comes out next week. So super exciting for that. And now we're gonna talk about a little bit more Ow! My cat decides to scratch my hand. Now we are gonna get into the spoiler section of this book. So if you want to skip ahead now or forever hold your peace because I am going to be talking about it in 3, 2, 1. Okay? I love Tyson so much. Tyson has my whole heart and soul. So Tyson is Percy's brother and he's a Cyclops and he is just so wholesome. He is breaking the stereotypes of Cyclops worldwide and he is just so cute in this series so far. I don't know if they're gonna bring him back in the third, fourth, or fifth book, but so far he is super wholesome, super cute. I really like how Percy and Tyson look out for each other. I know in the beginning Percy wasn't really feeling it and he really didn't think it was fair, and even at the end he like thought it was a little unfair that Poseidon was like looking out for Tyson and sending him to an internship in the sea. Overall, he does seem pretty happy that he has his brother, he has someone to look out for, and it just really broke my heart. The part where they're talking about why does Tyson think Poseidon is kind, and he was like, well, I asked for a friend and he sent me you, and that was so sad. I just felt so bad. I don't know if they've renewed for season 2 already for the show, but I feel like I might cry when they bring in Tyson and they have that whole scene in the show, because that scene was really sad and I just felt really bad for Tyson. But a lot happened in the second book too, a lot more than the first book, and it really added a lot more depth to the book too. It added a lot more to Annabeth and Percy's relationship in general, like their friendship and how that evolved. They weren't really true enemies in the first book, but like you got to see more of their friendship developing in the second book, which was super, super cute, super wholesome. I really like that. What is her name? Clarice? She had a whole character development moment. I hope that stays in the 3rd and 4th and 5th book. Luke is annoying. No offense, but Luke is kind of annoying, and I understand that like he's the antagonist of this series and like he's trying to bring back Kronos and whatever, but he's like pretty annoying. No offense, Luke, but I don't know, like maybe he'll go back to the sides of the Olympians and whatever in the future books, but so far Luke has got to chill out. It's really not that serious. And obviously his dad, Hermes, oh my god, I'm thinking of the designer bit. Obviously his dad Hermes still cares about him, like he's trying to get help from Percy, but I don't even know. Luke has his own problems to deal with, and I don't know. We'll see how it goes in the future books. I forget his involvement in the 3rd book, to be quite honest, so I will update you guys on how I feel when we get to that point. But also Grover's smart for pretending to be the bride and like saying, oh, like I just have the perfume of the satyrs and whatever. That was super smart. Grover is quite literally the GOAT in that situation. I also like how they develop Percy's powers more, like his demigod powers. They explained how he's able to know the exact like longitude, latitude, as well as like the nautical speeds and like that kind of stuff. So that's pretty cool, and I can't wait to see how his power develops. And then also too, at the end, they did like a whole cliffhanger with Talia and the fleece healing her way more than they thought, and how she like came back to be a person again, like a demigod again, and not just a freaking tree. So that should be interesting. I know she plays a bigger role in the 3rd book. I just don't quite remember what happened in the 3rd book, so we will rediscover that as we read the 3rd book. But I'm super excited about that. I know a lot of people love Talia as a character, so that should be super interesting, especially since she is Zeus's daughter, and then we have Poseidon's son, Percy, so like the rivalry of that should be super interesting if they do explore more into that as well. And I guess like the only other gripe that I have, which is not really a real gripe, it's more like I wish it happened, was I want to know more about Percy's mom. I feel like there's more to her, and I've always had this feeling that there was more to her other than the fact that she fell in love with Poseidon. I mean, obviously I don't really know just because I haven't read the rest of the books, but I really hope I'm not wrong about that, because I think that's such a missed opportunity if they don't end up exploring more of Percy's mom, because there's just so many things that they could have done with Percy's mom and exploring that. Like, I really just don't think that Percy's mom is just a human. I don't know. Maybe I could be like totally wrong and I'll look like a complete fool right now saying that and a complete clown, but I feel like Percy's mom is not a human or like a full human, because she knows so much about the world of the Olympians and the gods and the monsters and all of that stuff. Maybe Poseidon did give her just like a crash course on it, you know, when she was pregnant with his baby, like, hey, yeah, just so you know, since you are gonna have my child, these things might happen. But I also feel like she knows way more than she would if that were just the case. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that, but I just feel like there's more to her. And if not, I feel like that's a little bit of a missed opportunity, but I guess it is what it is, and we will just see as we keep reading the rest of the books. I think I have highly underestimated how long it's gonna take for me to read these books. I think physically I could read these books maybe in a span of like 1 or 2 days if I like really push myself, but I don't think for the sake of my brain capacity I should do that. So I think I'll try to do at least 1 per day, and I think if I do 1 per day I'll be able to finish before the show comes out, which would be super cool, super exciting. And I also think that I'm not going to include the 6th book in this vlog just because it's not really a part of like the original 5-book series. Not that it's a different book, not that it's a spin-off. I'm pretty sure it's a part of the same book. I'm assuming it's way after the original 5, so I don't know. Maybe I'll change how I feel after the 5th book and after I look into it a little bit, but as of right now it feels like I should just focus on the 5 and then go from there. I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I will update you guys tomorrow when I start reading the 3rd book, and for now I think I'm gonna make myself some hot cocoa and lay in bed because my head is killing me, because again I am sick. So I will keep you guys posted and see you guys tomorrow? Question mark? Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. This is my 2nd time exporting this video because the first time it got flagged for copyright. So sitting here for another hour or or so. Just trying to export this video before I upload it. Like I was trying to upload it yesterday, but clearly that did not work. So here we are. In the meantime, we are gonna go make some coffee because I am so tired. I am like literally dying right now. I went to sleep at like 1 in the morning, I wanna say, or 1:30. Oh wait, hold on. Quick break. We have the People's Princess, Frenchie. Say hello. She doesn't really meow, so she won't actually say hello, but say hello. Oh, she's so cute. The thing about these reusable Keurigs, they're great because you get to reuse the cups and make your own coffee, like use your own coffee grinds, but I hate cleaning them. They're so annoying to clean. But that's like such a first world problem that like I don't even feel right complaining about it, you know what I mean? And I'm using this candle to like dump it out because when it like dries, like when it cools down, it gets so hard to freaking get the coffee grounds out. So earlier today I don't have the packaging for it anymore, but this has all of the, was it Death Wish coffee, the gingerbread grounds. I don't really feel like drinking that right now, so we're gonna use the Chamberlain Coffee Social Dog blend, which is not that bad, honestly. For pre-ground coffee that like they sell in the store, it's really not that bad. It actually tastes very good, so I'm gonna be drinking that. So I started reading the third book, The Titan's Curse of the Percy Jackson series, and a little bit of it is starting to come back to me. Like I completely forgot that Annabeth goes missing and she's like separated from Percy and the group, and I also forgot how sassy Talia is. Like Talia and Percy are genuinely the same person. Like when people say that in the book, they mean it because they are so the same. It's wild. I really like it so far. I don't know why. So like I was looking back on the Goodreads rating that I had for this book and I gave it, I think, a 3. Yeah, I gave it a 3, I think, and I did not enjoy it the last time. Like that's all I remember about this book, but I don't know why. I actually really enjoy it, and I don't know if it's because I'm reading it in a row and I'm now actually in the mood to be reading Percy Jackson now that the show is coming out. I don't really know for sure, but I'm really enjoying it. I like it a lot. I think I'll be able to finish it today and then start on the 4th book, which I don't remember the name of, so I'll put it in here somewhere. But yeah, super exciting. I really like how Talia is developing as a character so far. This might be a bit of a spoiler, so skip ahead if you don't want to hear it. So the thing with the Iris Mist, when Percy first gets into the cabin at the camp when they go back, I don't understand why he called, who did he call? He called his brother, which, okay, fair enough. I feel like that's a fair choice because he knows that Tyson won't lie to him or anything. I don't know if that's his true reason, but that was my guess, because everybody else that he would possibly call, like his mom and stuff, might, you know, being like super vague about it, which they happen throughout the course of this book and the series so far. But I don't understand why he wouldn't call Annabeth. He feels in his heart that Annabeth is alive and is still alive, even if nobody was certain of that. So why wouldn't he use the mist to get in contact with Annabeth to see where she's at? You know, like that's something I don't really get about that, but maybe we'll find out later on why that is. We found out more about where Annabeth is. Luke, well, through his dreams, that's how we found out. And then we got to the part with the quest, because of course it's not a Percy Jackson book without a quest, so that should be interesting. I completely forget how that plays out. That'll be a fun ride for me to go through, and I'm hoping to get through these books by tomorrow, like the end of tomorrow. I just want to get it done because I believe the first 2 episodes come out Wednesday, so I want to read it before then. It's not like reading the rest of the book is going to impact how I feel about the first 2 episodes of Percy Jackson, just because it follows the first book and I've already read it. It's just the completionist in me, and I just want to finish it before the show comes out so I can just get it done and really indulge and absorb everything in the show and like what the show has to offer as far as the adaptation goes. That's just a personal goal of mine. I'm hoping to get it done by tomorrow, and I think I'll be able to do it. I had to move some things around because originally I was gonna film a few reaction videos today. I kind of want to wait for my camera to come in. I ordered another camera that is more for like my travel setup, but I'm waiting for that to come in, and I think that's gonna come in tomorrow. So if it does come in tomorrow, I think it'll be perfect timing. If not, I'll still film some stuff tomorrow anyway. And then also too, I have a couple other things that I have to get done as well. Definitely a busy time. Are these all self-imposed? Yeah, they kind of are. Some of them are, but it's a good thing to feel busy, you know? I don't know about you guys, but I would rather feel busy than feel bored, which might not always be great. You should let yourself be bored from time to time, but personally, I like to be busy. So yeah, I will keep you guys updated, let you guys know when I finish this book, and I will keep you guys posted. So I'll see you then. So I finished The Titan's Curse last night, and I gotta say, I really liked it. I originally gave this book a 3-star when I first read it back 2 years ago. Last year, I don't really know when I read it, but actually let me check. So it looks like I read it back in June 2021. So it was a while ago, and I gave it a 3-star then, but I reread it now, and I really enjoyed it. It was definitely a 4-star for me, and I really liked how dynamic this book was. Like, a lot happened. They unveiled a lot, but it wasn't overcomplicated. You don't really have to know that much back knowledge of Greek mythology. It doesn't feel like he's dumbing down the content of the books just because it's written for younger people. I think making the main character Percy and making Percy so funny and personable is really good too, because it helps with that relatability and understanding of everything, because Percy's kind of like us, where he doesn't really know what's happening, especially for people who's not versed in the Greek mythology. Percy is the perfect person to read their point of view of, because he has no clue as well, and he's also still pretty new to the world, and we're learning with him, so that's pretty nice. I mean, The Titan's Curse covered a lot of ground. Like, a lot of ground. A lot happened, but also not a lot happened. Like, a lot did happen for sure, and they unveiled pretty big reveals, but also at the same time, it wasn't like too much, you know? There was definitely a balance. And I'm really excited for the 4th book, which is The Battle of the Labyrinth. And I have a feeling Tyson is gonna be a bigger role in this, because it's taking place in the summer now, and Tyson is back for a little bit, I believe. So that should be fun. I love Tyson to pieces. Tyson is adorable, and also too, just like the beginning of the Battle of Labyrinth, just with Annabeth and Percy, is just so funny and so cute, and I'm super excited about that and their budding friendship, and just meeting new people, as well as getting to know like characters that are already established, so that's super exciting. Mr. D is growing on me. He came in clutch for the 3rd book, so that's great, and I have a feeling he's gonna keep growing on me as the series goes on. Maybe not. I'm super happy for Talia, and I don't really know what else to say without giving away too much. I don't want it to be like super spoiler-y, but if you know, you know. A lot of people are saying that the 3rd book is the best book so far, but I guess we'll see. I hope that's not the best book, just because I feel like there's so much more to tell, but we'll find out. I'm planning on finishing the next 2 books today, just because the show comes out tomorrow, so I want to be caught up on it, which I'm pretty sure I went into like a whole tangent about in the last clip, so I'll spare you, but I want to read it all today. So that's my biggest goal, is to finish both books today. We'll see how that goes. I have been staying up pretty late every day reading reading the series, so it has been impacting my sleep schedule and my energy levels throughout the day, which isn't great. It's not ideal, but it's okay. We move, we still go on. I will update you guys as I get further into book number 4, if not finish book number 4, so I'll see you then. Oh my god. Guys, the package that I have been waiting for is finally here. Literally, I ordered this a couple weeks ago. It should have been here a lot sooner. I don't know what happened, but it's finally here, and I'm so excited. Yeah, I'll just show you guys. So I got the this is not sponsored. I mean, DJI, if you want to sponsor me, feel free. I got the DJI Osmo Pocket. Do I regret doing this now? And I got the creator combo, which has the mic and stand and battery pack and everything like that. So that's super exciting. I'm just trying to figure out how I'm going to cut this open. There's supposed to be like a tab. The main reason why, one of the main reasons why I got this camera is because I wanted to get a camera that was easy for me to carry around, and it would be super small for me to carry around when I'm traveling and I need to self-tape, especially when I need to self-tape and I have to do like full body shots, which if you act and you do auditions and stuff, you know how much the dreaded full body shot is. So to have something like this is super nice, because it has the face sensing, so it can like sense your, I guess, your body moving, your face moving, so it'll follow your face and I'll track that, so that's super nice. And from the reviews that I saw, it was pretty smooth, so I was fully convinced. So that is one of the primary reasons, because this is everything in here. and it fits everything. And that's super small compared to the camera that I'm using right now, which is the Sony a6400. It's a nice camera. I love that camera. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. To be fair, you have more creative control with the lenses that you bring with the Sony a6400, so you get a different look if you want different looks, whereas this, you don't have that sort of control, but that is not why I got it. I got it mostly for travel and convenient filming and stuff, so I would mostly use this for self-tapes as well as vlogging, so this would be a lot easier for me to vlog and do reading vlogs. And then on top of that, it would be a lot easier for me to do content creation in general. In the new year, one of my goals is to create more content for short form, so TikTok, Reels, Shorts, everything like that. This is perfect because when you flip this screen, that's when it flips the orientation of it, which is super nice instead of having to like manually edit that in post, which is not the most fun. And I don't know if you guys can see it. It has like literally everything. And this is the actual camera. Like, look how small it is. My hands are small in general, but it like just fits my hand, which is crazy. If I rotate the screen, it powers on. Oh, wow, look. And this is touchscreen. This is so cool. I'm super excited. So I'm gonna start filming with this. I don't wanna bore you guys too much about this because this video is literally not about this camera at all, but I will probably be recording the rest of this video with this device, so that's super exciting. So you'll be able to see how it records and stuff. So yeah, I'm super excited. I've been waiting so long for this, but I'll update you guys later because I am a little bit further into the 4th book. I am on chapter 6, I think. So they're about to go on the quest, so I will update you guys as I read through that. So yeah, see you later. This is a this is a really bad angle, but I'm gonna record this angle anyway because the lighting is blinding right now. So we're just gonna deal with this. Finished the 4th book in the series this morning. Yeah, technically like early this morning because I had a rough night, guys. I woke up at like 4, 5 in the morning because the water in the water fountain that I have for the cats, there was no water in it. And apparently when there's no water in it, it makes a very obnoxious sound. And that woke me up at like 5 in the morning. I don't know about you guys, but once I wake up, it's very, very, very hard for me to go back to sleep. So I decided to read the rest of the book because I only had about like 45 minutes anyways. So by the time I settled everything and got to reading, it was around 6:30-ish. And then I finished around 7 o'clock, something like that. And yeah, I think it was pretty good. I liked it for the most part. A lot happened. I mean, every book, a lot happened. So it's really not surprising for me to say that, you know what I mean? Oh, fuck. I don't know if you guys hear me. I'm not gonna clip this onto me because I'm not gonna do it. I have to go into the gym soon anyways. So yeah, I don't know where I left off, but I really enjoyed the 4th book, I have to say. Like, a lot happened. We learned a lot more lore, I feel like, about the Olympians and the Titans and everything that is going on in that universe without giving too much away about spoilers. But we learn a lot. I feel like every book we learn a little bit more, but I think we learned the most in the 4th one so far. And I really do want to know how they're going to end this series because there's a lot to uncover in the 5th book. I mean, technically there's a 6th book. I know that for sure. But I just don't know because like it was 5 books for a very long time until he released the 6th book more recently. So I don't know how much ground they're going to cover in the 5th book, if it's going to leave it a cliffhanger because of the 6th book. I don't know. I literally no idea. I don't know how Rick is going to do it, but I guess we'll find out. I'm only like in the first chapter or so, I think, in the 5th book right now. There's a lot to uncover. Apparently I have like four-ish hours until I'm done the book. Like that's what it says that my estimated time to complete the book is. I don't really know for sure. I really don't like this angle. The more I record in this angle, I actually really hate it. Anyways, we'll wrap it up so we don't have to stay in this angle for too long. We have about like 4-ish hours. I mean, honestly, it's probably going to be less for the 5th book just because I read fast. So it is what it is. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to walk while I read some of this book because I am not feeling well. Like I am actually sick, but not in a sense where it's a cold. So I don't really know what's happening, but I don't feel well. I've been told that if I exercise, it will help me. So I'm gonna walk for a little bit, maybe a light jog, probably not, most likely just walking. I might go into the sauna and maybe that'll help me out. Who knows? But I've been sick for like a week now and I kind of hate it. I feel very like gross and lethargic a little bit. Not lethargic, but I kind of feel like meh, you know when you're sick. But anyways, I will keep you guys posted for the 5th book. The more I read into it, probably not right after the gym because I will be most likely very sweaty. So that's not going to happen. Probably later today, maybe after I'm done the book. I don't really know. Who really knows? I will see you guys later. Yeah, I'm done with this update. All right, bye. So I just finished reading The Last Olympian, which is the 5th book in the Percy Jackson series. And I definitely made the right choice to leave it here and to read the 6th book another time because I think Rick did a really good job wrapping it up in the 7th. What am I saying? I think Rick did a really good job wrapping it up in the 5th book. So I don't really need to read the 6th book right away. Of course, I will try to read it as soon as possible just because I am curious to see what they're going to explore in the next set of books for the Percy Jackson series. Who really knows? But I think the books wrapped up pretty nicely. I don't know what other people think about this series, if people like it or not. If you like it, please let me know. If you don't like it, please tell me why. Since I was not in the original wave of fans of this book, I don't really know what the general consensus of what people feel for this book series. But I think they did a good job wrapping it up. The ending, I wasn't sure how Rick was going to end the book and how he was going to solve the whole prophecy situation and also the quest and that kind of stuff that they had in the beginning of the book, because the format of these books are pretty similar where something happens, they get a quest, and then they solve it, and then everything wraps up in the end. And I wasn't really sure how they're going to wrap it up, but I think they did a really good job. I think Percy's character arc was really good, and also just like the gods and the Olympians and how that worked out. I really liked it. Percy is very clever, and I feel like he finds a loophole in everything that he does, including quests and prophecies and all that stuff. So it turned out to be better than I expected, which is great because I really wasn't expecting much, because my brain at this point didn't really know how to comprehend the series in terms of what else Rick could do to write it. I love Greek mythology. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted. But do I know enough to be making all these theories and stuff? No, I don't. I don't remember a lot of the stuff I learned about Greek mythology, which is such a shame because I feel like if I read this when I was at the peak of my Greek mythology loving phase, it would have been so good. I would have been like, oh my God, they mentioned these gods and goddesses and all these figures. I love it so much. But I didn't know about this book then, which is so unfortunate, but it is what it is. It's fine. It's good. Whatever. And then in terms of how it compares to the series, because I did watch the first 2 episodes of the Percy Jackson series on Disney Plus, and I do have to say, I love that show so much so far, and it's only been 2 episodes. Everything about it, which I have a video coming out, if it's not already out, reacting to the first 2 episodes, but everything about that show is so spot on. Everything down from casting, acting, sound design, set design, just everything about it has been so good that I'm so genuinely impressed by how much thought and intention really went into this show. A lot more than the movies. I mean, there are certain things about the movies that, you know, I can't knock. Like Logan Lerman, I feel like is the definition of right person, wrong time. His Percy was really good. He nailed the sassiness, but I also feel like the current Percy, he is age appropriate to the Percy Jackson series because he's actually a young person. He seems like he's 12 years old, but he also nails the attitude and the sass of Percy. So I really can't complain. It's not like he's bad at playing Percy because he's not, but it's such a shame that it didn't work out with Logan Lerman because I feel like he's also pretty good at encapsulating what Percy is about. I'm super, 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 super excited about the show moving forward. And I'm also super excited to read the 6th book. So if you guys have read book 6, let me know how you like it. Don't give me spoilers. Please, please, please don't give me spoilers, but let me know if you like it. I do have it on audiobook available to me on Hoopla, but I think I might try to find a physical version. Anyways, that is it for this video, guys. I am so glad I decided to read the Percy Jackson series, rereading it and also just deep diving into the rest of the series and really getting into the lore of Percy Jackson, not only for the sake of this show, but also for the sake of me and my interest. This tunes into a different side of fantasy that just really isn't happening right now. You know what I mean? Of course, there's a lot of fantasies going on. Like there's a lot of fantasy books. It's a whole genre of books. And of course, it's never going to go away. And of course, there's books about Greek retellings. But the thing about that is that a lot of these books that are out right now about Greek retellings is that they're just literally retellings of these books, few things added in there for nuance, which I also love. I eat it up. They're like actual mythology stories, you know? The Song of Achilles, it was great. I love that book, but it's not like Percy Jackson. It's not like a modern retelling of the Greek gods and goddesses and adding a spin to it. Like Ariadne, same thing. Circe, same thing. Like, you know, these are actual retellings of these very big and beloved Greek mythology stories, but there's no spin to it. There's no modern take on it. And I feel like there's not a lot of books out there right now, at least none that I see. Maybe I'm wrong. And if you do know of a lot more, please let me know. I would love to check them out. I feel like there's not a lot going on, and there hasn't been a lot going on for a while for modern day Greek retellings with a fantasy spin to it. And I would love to see more of it. And I'm really glad that we got to explore that with the Percy Jackson series. And I'm really looking forward to the show. But that's it, guys. Like I said, let me know if you guys have read the series, if you liked it, didn't like it. I would love to know your thoughts. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.